Will Aaron Rodgers be a great teammate at his new home? Find out more in just a moment. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Elite Sports and Entertainment Network. I'll be your producer, host today, Logan Landers. Joining me is Jay McLovin. Jay, today we are talking about the kind of worst kept secret in football this offseason. Aaron Rodgers has signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The veteran is going back to another home, and he's going to hope he can get it working there. But the real question, though, Jay, is how good of a teammate will he be? Because that's been kind of a cause for concern over the last couple of years.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers has held the Pittsburgh Steelers hostage for a long period of time. Even well after the draft, it still took him a hot minute to come up with a decision on one way or the other what he was going to do. Now, in Aaron's behalf, he has come out and said, and I kind of do understand where he's coming from a little bit, so I'm going to kind of give him some of a pass on the hostage situation, because he said, look, I've got personal things. If I commit to you now and I sign the deal now, I'm not going to be able to be there. I'm going to be over here. I'm not going to be able to make the full commitment to you mentally, emotionally, and physically. So I wanted to wait until, let's be honest, he was going through a wedding. So he wanted to go through that whole wedding process and get his wife squared away to where he could then fully commit himself to the team. So he did make it a point to address the team and say, look, guys, I know I should have signed earlier. I know you guys wanted me to sign earlier, but I did not want to sign until I could fully commit everything of me to you. And I think to a certain point, some of the players have come out and said that they appreciate it. They are glad that he's fully here, so forth and so forth. We all know that Aaron Rodgers is a very egocentric person. And we all know that things that he does is always kind of centered around himself. We're going to talk the fact that he missed mini camps and things like that to go to Egypt, or the fact that he went to dark rooms, this, that, and the other. We all know the saga that is Aaron Rodgers. I will say this, and this is where it turns for me, and I don't know if this is a PR move on his behalf or if this is just really him changing, becoming a better person. And what I mean by that is he would never take time to tell a rookie or show a rookie, how he can get better as a professional. He would never take time out to help develop a rookie. He would never take time out to really cultivate a culture of teammates. He's never been that guy, but we all know that. But apparently now he's starting to show some things that could tend to make us think differently. So I'm going to read something to you, and then I'm going to give you my 2 cents on it. So Aaron Rodgers was quoted as saying, I want to be a servant leader here and just pass on the knowledge that I have for 20 years, the experience, and just try and fit in with the guys. Get to know them. Let them get to know me and just enjoy the process. Now, I don't know if he found Jesus. I don't know if Mike Tomlin did some Zen master stuff that Phil Jackson would have done back in the day when he got a Kobe Bryant or when he got a Michael Jordan. But apparently somebody had said something to him. I'm going to give it to Tomlin. I really think maybe Tomlin said something to him and they just kind of gelled and whatever. At the end of the day, here's my 2 cents on it. Aaron Rodgers, you say you want to be a servant leader. A servant. That means you serve your teammates through leadership. That's what you say. You say you want to share your knowledge. That you want them to get to know you and you to get to know them. You've never been like that. But that's what you're saying now. Okay, maybe that time that you spent away before you signed this Pittsburgh Steelers contract, maybe it was valuable. Maybe that was valuable time that you needed to get yourself right for once in your life, in your professional career. Aaron Rodgers, until you show me differently, until I see it truly translate, it's just words. But if you mean what you say and say what you mean, it will be highly beneficial not only to you, but to your teammates, and ultimately maybe just a nicer twinge on your legacy, because you know you're going to go to the Hall of Fame. We all know you're going to the Hall of Fame. That's it. That's all I got.
I'll keep this brief, Jay. Your actions are not defined by words, but how you perform, how you do in your day-to-day life. And up to this point, Jay, he has been heavily criticized for off the field behaviors, locker room stuff, et cetera, for 20 plus years at this point, right? And now, like I say, it seems like he's a new, sometimes a change of scenery can help. We know the relationship didn't work out great with Green Bay in the end, and it didn't work out in New York also. Maybe Pittsburgh, who, as we know, runs a pretty tight ship, right, with Mike Tomlin, just a good coach over there, obviously, and they seem to kind of take that no-nonsense approach in a way. And you have Aaron Rodgers, who, I'm not going to say he's going to clash with that style, but isn't afraid to speak his mind, I think is a fair point to say. So it's going to be interesting to see, but if he can perform at the level that he's supposed to, because let's not forget, he had a very good year last year. MVPs, in the past, they're all fine, but it's real more so what have you done for me lately? And last year, obviously the Jets didn't have a good record as a team, but him as an individual did very well. We know Pittsburgh has some good options on both offense as well as on defense, so he's going to have some good weapons on both sides of the ball to help him out week in and week out, and he's going to need it more than ever as he gets older and older. He's not young. He doesn't have the fresh legs anymore. He's been around the league for a long time. He's going to need a little bit, every year extra he continues to play, he's going to need more help. And Pittsburgh has some good pieces. They had a solid draft as well. So as long as he, stays true to his word and becomes a savant leader, a servant leader, can lead this team, I'm not even saying to a Super Bowl or anything like that, but to a winning record, to great play, and to no off-the-field distractions, I'd call that a win-win for Pittsburgh. For however long he's here for, he only signed for one season. I don't know if it's going to be a one and done or if he works out well, if he will continue his career in Pittsburgh for however much longer he continues to play. But the question has finally been answered of where will he play this year. It's going to be Pittsburgh. It's going to be for the Steelers and one of the most historic franchises in the league. And we will see, Jay, how he does in 2025 and who knows, maybe beyond. I'm Jay McLovin. I've been your host and producer, Logan Landers. Guys, until next time.